Barack Obama lecturing blacks, specifically men, why they should be voting for Kamala Harris. I'm going to play this and then react to it because I really dislike Barack Obama's message here, like a lot. I have generally a positive view of Barack Obama, but if he keeps talking like this, it's going to flip me to being just a straight up Barack Obama hater. I hate this message.
We have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
Brothers.
So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly. When on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. Who's had to work harder and do more and overcome.
Thinking about sitting down or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down.
What?
That's not acceptable.
So it's not acceptable to vote for Donald Trump if you're a black man, according to Barack Obama. So this overall lecture from Barack Obama, I have a huge issue with just for society as a whole. Like, how much longer are we all going to hyper-focus on race and just divide everybody up into these little boxes? Actually, Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks, who I just generally don't even like as a broadcaster because she's been so divisive for so long, she's even admitting this now. Barack Obama, incredibly rich, probably lives in some very expensive mansion. He does not have to deal with any of the potential fallout if he comes in here and basically says that, oh, Donald Trump is like denigrating black people, vote for this black woman because she's so great, and just like plant these little seeds of racial division. And look, I want to be clear on one thing. Maybe people watching this video will not agree with what I'm about to say here, but if you don't, that's fine. I don't think once in a while bringing things up like this, I think it's actually fine. Like, say once every, 30 years or something, have like a cycle go through society where you say, okay, how are things different if you're black? How are things different if you're like from India? How are things different if you're white? And just kind of realize each other's differences, show a little bit more empathy. Like, for example, if say you're someone with a kind of a hard to pronounce last name, how that may affect you filling out a rent application for a thing. Like, maybe that is something that would negatively affect just somebody with a less common name than someone like John Smith. But we can't focus on this forever. Like, my entire adult life has been all this racial division and all these attempts from people like Barack Obama here in this video. He's not going to have to deal with any of this stuff. He tells people it's not acceptable to support Donald Trump because, oh, he like denigrates you as a black person. What if they just like Donald Trump's policies? Is that not an option? I'm sure statistically there are a lot of specifically young black men who resonate more with Donald Trump's message lately. And that's fine. So for Barack Obama to say that's not acceptable is absurd. And again, like I said at the beginning of this video, I mean, I still do have a pretty positive view of Obama. I think he's a great speaker and a great motivator. But if he keeps doing this, I think this is just terrible behavior because he will have to deal with it. We can't have more racial division. And not only that, the rest of us just need to live our lives. We cannot keep hyper-focusing on the issues and the mistakes that people made, whatever, like hundreds of years ago, or just pick whatever time you want, 80 years ago, 50 years ago. Our entire life can't just be that. We're going to be look back as the generation that just felt sorry for themselves, apologized for all the mistakes of people that were 150 years ago. At what point do we have to just say, as a society, as everybody, okay, we know, but let's focus on other things. Let's get along. You're black, you're white, I dislike you and I like you just based on the character that you show. We have to get back to that. We can't keep this cycle of racial division going. Again, like my entire adult life has been just consumed, or like the media has been just a constant loudspeaker of amplifying all this stuff. It's got to stop at some point. This cannot be just our entire life. This hyper focusing on this. I actually think for sure that it has gotten tamped down. I think the average person is tired of this. That's probably why Barack Obama maybe is upset that this just brutal sort of like lecture message is not working, because it's not going to work. I don't think. I think a lot of people have woken up. They do not want to deal with this. White people, black people, every other race of people. They don't want to deal with just like thinking that other version or the other group of people doesn't like them. It's just no way to live. It's so negative. It's so fearful. So I'll stop the video there, but those are my thoughts about this stance from Barack Obama. Try to convince people to vote for Kamala on the merits, not because of her skin color, and not because her skin color matches up with the skin color of the people you're talking to. I just fundamentally disagree with that approach. So, but that said, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for watching.